Well, I don't know if any of you guys got my got the notification, but I'm here. I am here with a fresh fit for the land, representing the city that I'm from, the original Indians. We still rocking with the Guardians too. It's still a little muddy when it comes to, I don't know, when we Guardians, Indians, tomato, I don't know what you want to call it. But I represent my city. Welcome to the channel. My name's Lockoutmen. I've been on YouTube for years. I have a podcast that's called the Lockoutmen Channel. Went through many names. Lockoutmen Podcast, G-Style 23, the Recruiter Call Channel. Whatever you want to associate yourself with me, welcome. I am your humble host, Lockoutmen, and I am here doing a live feed for you guys. Hello. Hey, you want to come across this way too? You're not coming across this way? All right. So, let's talk about it. Man. So, as you guys may know, or some of you that's watching it vertical, some of you might not know, I am a truck driver. Been driving trucks for close to 10 years. Let me turn that off. Let me see. Hold on. Let's hit that button right there. All right. So I've been driving for 10 years. Close to 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. I've been to plenty of places. You know, I think out of 10 years, I think I've been to 5 jobs. That's including my starter job. A couple of jobs I stayed with for a number of years because, you know, I didn't want to do the job hopping thing, which I'm not judging you if you do or don't. If you job hop, that's fine. Do what you do. I mean, you spent a lot of money for your CDL, and if by golly gee whiz, the first job didn't work out, you could probably jump to the next job. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you the misconception in that right there. See, back in the day when there was a driver's market, yeah, there was a such thing as a driver's market. They was throwing everything at us. They was throwing the new trucks. You could pick out your own color. You could style. You could do everything. And we'll throw some money on top. Oh, companies was throwing the money, man. Money was money in back then. Back when I came in, they was throwing anywhere between $2,000 to like $5,000 to like $10,000 for a sign-on bonus. See, sign-on bonus right now is not even heard of. But back then, when they was hurting, when companies was hurting for drivers, oh, they was throwing everything in the kitchen sink at us. Come on, we need you. Get in. Let's go. Let's drive. Let's make this money. But now, not so much. Not so much. Everybody that was giving a sign-on bonus at one point. Ain't even offering it no more. Why? Because it's not a driver's market no more. There is so many drivers out there now that companies could choose from. You be like scratching your head. Now your new drivers that's coming in after getting y'all license, y'all finding it very hard to find a job, right? Some of you? Majority of you? How about 50% of you? So y'all come in and y'all be like, yeah, I'm trying to get a job, but I can't find a job. Oh, I wonder why. All the companies say that you need experience. How you going to get the experience if you're not going to hire me to drive for the experience? You call up Snyder. Hey, Snyder, I'm a new driver, man. I'm just got out of school. Oh, we're not looking for you guys yet. Ah, okay. When do you think you can bring me in? I'm a new driver. I need the experience. Oh, well, after you get about 6 months, give us a call. But I thought y'all was a starter company. Oh, we was at one point. We was a starter company at one point. You'd be like, okay. So you go to the next company. Then you go to the next company. Then you go to the next company. You're finding it hard to pull the trigger. But hey, though, don't have a messed up background, because being that it's not a driver's market, can't have a messed up background. And you damn sure better not be a SAP driver. Out of school too? That's just gonna make getting a job a little bit more harder than what it was. But in any case, though, I feel for the drivers. More power to them. Hopefully they'll get with a company that'll treat them well, but companies don't treat you well. Companies is garbage. They all say the same thing, but it all comes down to their point of view. So, but if you get in, you find a company, you rock with them, you make your money. But let's scratch all of that, man. It's about DoorDashing, baby. It's about DoorDashing. So let me just make this abundantly clear. I drive for a living. Okay, that's my bread and butter. That's my bread and butter. I drive for a living. I'm driving with a company, and I get my weekly paychecks from them. DoorDash, on the other hand, I was talked into doing DoorDash. I was talked into it. So, I was talked into it. So let's talk about it. So, my sister and my cousin, right? They do DoorDash, they do Uber Eats, Grubhub, all that stuff, right? So back in the day, I used to do Uber, like the ride share Uber. I used to, pick people up, drop people off. That was the thing. Before this delivery stuff was a thing, it was Uber and Lyft, and I did both of them. Now, to be honest with you, I wasn't a fan, and I stopped because, when you get strangers in your car and they over here talking about what they want you to do in your car, bro, it's you gotta like kick them to the curb, man. So, but years later, my cousin was over here talking about, yo, man, I'm doing this Uber thing. I was like, man, they ain't nothing new. I mean, Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash been around for years, man. Like, they ain't nothing new. I see the commercials. I don't believe the commercials. And don't believe the commercials. All right? Don't believe the commercials. Do believe the videos, though, of some of the DoorDashers, because they ain't capping when they be talking about how DoorDash, Uber, and the rest of these food delivery service app treats them, man. It's crazy. So I said, you know what? I said, summertime coming. I said, I want to save up a little bit for my vacation next year. I want to finally leave the state. I want to go on a cruise. I want to do this, that, and the third. And my sister was like, oh, why don't you go ahead and just DoorDash, for a couple of hours on the weekend. I was like, you know what? I'm home on the weekend. I can spare maybe about 2-3 hours. Let's see how that works. So last week, I took the time to sign up for everything. So I signed up for DoorDash, I signed up for Uber, signed up for Grubhub, signed up for all of them. So I got approved for Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber. I couldn't believe that I got approved for Uber, but Uber said, fuck it, you already had an account with us, all you got to do is just update it. I was like, fine, cool. But I haven't fucked with Uber yet. My cousin, on the other hand, he fucks with Uber, and he's making about maybe about $200-300 a day. He got time. I don't. But I'm just saying. But when I tell you, man, this DoorDash shit, I'm telling you, bro, that shit, those drivers, they don't be capping, man. They be for real. So let me give you an example of a couple of dashes, I guess. That's what they call it, that I did so far. So I get on the app. This is my first day 100 on the app. Like, giving about, I'd say I gave it about 2.5 hours, right? And I went to like 3 different zones. So the first zone I came in, and the way I did it, I said that I had to go on the west side anyway. So I was like, well, let me start in this zone, do a couple of runs over here, and wait for a run that will bring me like in the downtown area. I can cross over that side. That's my mode of thinking. I'm not, So the app comes on, and it starts off with the bullshit. I kid you not. And look, no judgment to the people that's hungry. No judgment to the people that use the app, because I use the app and I get it. You know, when you on the other side, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It hits different when you see both sides of the fence. It hits different, I'm telling you. So I get a couple of calls that come through. Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. I'm not hitting them. Want to know why I'm not hitting them? Let me tell you why. It's just like how us truckers, when we look for a load, think of it that way. When they say don't take cheap freight, use that mentality when you're doing DoorDash or any of the food service apps. Don't take cheap deliveries. Okay? I had one that came through that was offering $3 for a 5-mile drop off. Swipe left. I had another one that came through that was offering $5 for a what was it, a 9-mile? Yeah, a 9-mile drop off. Swipe left. Finally one comes through. It was offering $8.50 for a 3-mile run. Swipe right. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Now, when you're in the app, don't decline, because if you decline, they say it goes against your points or whatever. I don't know. I don't care, because technically I'm only doing this shit so that I can have some play money when I go to the casino. That's about it. I made another come up. I'm like, couple of $100 in the morning and then go and try to go at night and to flip it. Hell yeah, sign me up. So the first zone, you know, to make a long story short, the first zone, I say I picked up about a couple of pickups, which was cool. You know, I had one for $9.50, I had one for $6. I try to average low miles with more money. So if one comes in, say like 4 miles, well, that 4 miles, you want something around maybe $7.50 to $8. You know what I'm saying? You want something like that. This like truck drivers when they be looking for loads. You get a 1,500-mile load, you damn sure ain't doing it for no $900, not $1,000. You ain't doing it for that, or at least I hope you're not doing it for that. You at least want like $1,300, $1,400 at least, or try to at least double it. Maybe more. Shit, fuck that. I think a 1,500 mile run, that should be at least close to $2,000. About $1,700. $1,750. Yeah. Because they're gonna offer you about $1,300. And then they'll tell you some shit like, oh, well, I can go an extra 100. Bro, go an extra 3. Put an extra 3 on top of that, my guy. And that's the same thing what you want to do if you're DoorDashing. You don't want to pick up an order. You don't want to pick up an order that's like 10 miles away. that's paying $5 to $6. You don't want that. Swipe left. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. Nah, bro. Now, if it's a 4-mile run that's paying $8, $8.50, yeah, you want that. That's the one you want. You want that one right there. So, but yeah, I got into my second zone. So the second zone was down here, downtown area. Oh, it was hot. It was hot. It was bullshit, but it was hot. You want to get into, you also want to get into the hot zones. Sometimes it's feasible, sometimes it's not. Okay? But you want to be in the hot zone. That's what you want to be in. You want to be in the hot zone. And what I mean by the hot zone, it's an area that has a whole lot of restaurants. Like, you want to be around the mall area, you want to be around the downtown area. You want to be in an area that you know you're going to get a call. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know when you get that call, you can't take every call. Just like you can't take every load. You can't take every load. Now, the only time that you would take, like last week, for example, I got on the app, right? I ain't do much. I say maybe I was on the app for like 45 minutes. And the reason why I was only on there for 45 minutes is because I was just testing it out. So I had a whole bunch of small loads or small calls, but the reason why I was taking them was because it was on the way. It was on the way home. So I had maybe around 3. And I think there was like $5, like, I don't know, like, I think the lowest one I took was like $4, but it was on the way home. So it was on the way. Pick up at this restaurant right here, drop off at this street right here, and it would bring me closer and closer and closer to the house. So you'll put that mentality from, as a truck driver that books your own loads, you'll put that mentality as, you know, when you're doing, you know, the DoorDash, the food shit. If you're stuck down in Florida, and the only way to get out of fucking Florida, especially if you can't get a good paying load, well, you take a load that's going up to Georgia so that you can get a better load coming out of Georgia. Because you know you're not going to get good loads coming out of Florida anyway. Florida's garbage. Everybody knows that. It's good going in, fucking garbage coming out. But if you don't want to stay, you have to sacrifice it. It's just like with the DoorDash shit. You know, if you going, say like, for example, you're done for the night and you be like, damn, take some short ones to get you to the house. That's all. God damn, bro, you all right? You know what? These motherfucking ATMs inside the motherfucking jack, boy, I tell you, they be going up in you, boy. They be going up in you. All right, you know what? Let me turn around. I ain't gonna try to fight this fucking traffic. I'm just going here. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and just, you know, talk about it. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna cap, man. I mean, shit, quick $200 for 2 hours of work, 2.5 hours of work, and now I'm down here at the casino about to see if I can flip this shit. Come on now. But I would highly suggest that you just do this as an alternative. You know, I wouldn't suggest you do this full time. You know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't suggest any of the apps. You know, if you're a ride share, unless you living in high volume cities like New York, you know what I'm saying, Miami, Houston. You know, if you living in those areas right there, you can maximize, you know, as a full-time Uber driver. Now, let's be honest. I'm not going to give up trucking to do Uber like some of these, you know, some of these drivers have. Well, I tell you what, I take that back. I mean, if I was in a messed up situation, then yeah, you know, I would do Uber and Lyft. But that's if I was in a messed up situation. You know, I pray, you know, that I'm not in a messed up situation. But for the people that's in a messed up situation, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm about to be on up out of here. I do appreciate you guys riding with me for a couple of minutes, giving my thoughts on DoorDash. I fucks with DoorDash. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap, man. I fucks with it. That's an extra that's an extra $200 that, you know, 200, 300. Who knows? I probably might stay down here. Hopefully I run good, you know, run good right quick. Probably add about another 50 to 100 on top of that. Who knows? I might go out later on tonight to see what the night run looks like. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Oh, god damn, this. Oh yeah, I know what I'm getting tomorrow. I know what my Father's Day gift is. This is one of them. The land right here. I like this act. But yeah. Since I'm parked, I guess I can go over and see what you guys is talking about. Who stepped up in the building with me? Let's see. Rochester, what's good, man? If you're still here, economy is not the same. That's true. Julio, are you a truck driver? Yes. Bob, if you can't find a job, you just lacking. Really? Oh, okay. Well, that's your opinion, bro. I mean, that's your opinion. You entitled to your opinion. That's good cause, because trust me, I know a whole bunch of drivers that's not lacking, and they finding it hard to find a trucking job, bro. Julio, you say that's cap. As soon as I graduated CDL school, I had about 4 to 10 companies waiting for me to go to orientation. Congratulations, bro. Your experience ain't gonna be like everybody else's. When I graduated CDL school back in 2015, I had about a gazillion of them that was hitting me up in my email, hit me up in my DM, hit me up in my Facebook, and even the school kept me on point on who wanted me. You know? But this is 2024, man. Things is different. Things ain't like how it was back then. You may got lucky, you know, but no judgment. More power to you. Depends on where you live. True. Yeah, if you're out of Florida, certain parts, a lot of companies don't hire out of Florida. I'm out of Ohio, and a few companies that used to hire out of Ohio don't hire out of Ohio. So here's my suggestion. try to find a company in your home state. That would save you a whole lot of headache, bro. That would save you a whole lot of headache. That would save you a whole lot of headache. My first job was with U.S. Express down in Chattanooga. I went to the Springfield terminal here in Ohio, but I was let go in Georgia about 2.5 years later. So instead of being able to get home from Springfield, which would have been a lot easy for me, no, I had to find a way home from Georgia, Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Wasn't fun. Wasn't fun, I tell you. Let me tell you, it wasn't fun. Then I was with J&R Schwugel. I left them and packed up them. They was in Columbus, Ohio. That was cool. I was able to get home. Then I was with a local company out of Wooster, Ohio, which was a lot better than the previous. But unfortunately, COVID hits, a couple of other things hits, and, we had to move on to greener pastures. Then I went out to Chicago and got with one of them black ops. That wasn't cool. Needed to get home on the weekend. They couldn't get me home. They couldn't get me home. They couldn't give me another truck. They couldn't give me a rental car. They couldn't get me home. So I had to let them go and get my way home. Now, mind you, Chicago, Illinois, is just right down the turnpike. It's only like 4 hours. So that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I was able to go to the airport, grab a rental. They not doing one-way rentals as much as they used to back in the day. But we'll talk about that in a later video, because I made a reaction video to my man Snoop. He was talking about it, and I made a reaction to it. But yeah, they're not making one-way rentals no more, or they making it hard for one-way rentals, or they're charging you a little bit much for it. So I was able to get that, and I was able to get home. Not a problem. From the Black Ops company, of course, I went to rock out with another Ohio company, and yeah, see, my thing is this: if you, especially if you're a new driver, I know it's going to be kind of hard, because you're new, you're trying to get your experience, and only a handful of companies that's going to offer you to drive for them for your experience. I get it, but for like us veteran drivers, I would think that we would try to look for something that's like closer to home. Now, I know a lot of us want like local. We want to be home. We want to sacrifice. And you're going to sacrifice. If you want to be home, you're going to sacrifice the money. You want the money, you're going to sacrifice your home time. It's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. And I know a few of you guys will probably come in and be like, oh man, I get my home time. I get home. It's cool. We're not talking to you. You good. I give you the thumbs up, bro. This is not a debate over here. This is not an argument. It's only one person's opinion. You can agree to disagree all you want. I get you. It's cool. It's cool. Hang back. Sit tight. That's all. That's all. Sit tight. How much do you make? Wrong answer. Wrong question, bro. Just like you don't ask women how old they are. I come from an era where you don't ask the next man how much money he makes, bro. You know. You know, I'm not going to come on here and ask you how much you make. I don't do that, man. I don't do that. I can tell you this much. If you want to know the average, then all you got to do is look it up. You know, do your research. You know what I'm saying? Do your research and look up the average. And I can tell you right now, the average for a new driver, well, for any company, because these companies will swear up and down that your money will be based on your experience. Well, I know drivers that has the experience that's making 50 cents a mile. Does that make any sense? Make it make sense. 50 cents a mile. I got 10 years. I got 15 years. I got 20 years. And you're offering me 50 cents a mile. I know some new drivers that's coming in the door averaging about 50 cents a mile. And they brand new drivers coming out of school drivers. I'm out here driver. I've been out here driver. Backup driver, blindside driver. Know how to handle shit driver. And all you can offer me is 50 cents a mile. That don't make sense. Make it make sense. And I called a lot of companies throughout my trucking. All you got to do is check it out. I started to make the call series in 2018. 2024 will be it for the Make the Call series, by the way. Sorry, not sorry. But 2024 is the end of me making phone calls to these companies. Unfortunately, if you would like for me to make a call for you, donate. And I'll just leave it at that. Easy money I made. D Nitty in the building. What's going on, my guy? B Sparks. It don't last long, though, with the gig apps. They deactivate people for the most ridiculous reasons. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, I got a warning. I got a warning email after I turned on the app, because I was like about 5. What they say, I was 5 minutes late or some shit like that. And I told them, I was like, well, shit, I just started. I just turned on the app. And, I was trying to get a feel for the shit. I got a pickup, and I hit the address, and I guess it took me the long way. So, what can you do about that? But yeah, I know about that shit. As a matter of fact, here's a good one. So I get a short hop on my way home this morning, by the way. This happened this morning. So I get a short hop, and it was a pickup from a McDonald's in the hood. Today was the first and last time that I do any McDonald's trips in the hood. I don't know about your hood, but my hood, no. So I go in there. I was like 2 seconds away. So I accepted it. I went in there. It was like, here, I'm here to pick up an order for such and such. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Oh, Oh, what are you, DoorDash? Yeah, it's not ready yet. Okay. What? Couple of minutes? Y'all bagging it up? What are we doing here? Oh, we're shorthanded, so we'll get to it when we get to it. So I was like, okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give them a couple of minutes. I'll be like, no problem. Let me give them a couple of minutes. Excuse me. Is it a chance that it's done? I mean, it's only a freaking breakfast sandwich, a hash brown, and an orange juice, bro. How long does it take to make that? Like, how long does it take to toast up an English muffin, slap a sausage that's already cooked, and an egg that's already cooked, put it together, wrap it up, hash browns, y'all got plenty of them over there, slap it all in a bag and hand it to me. What's up? So I was like, you know what? Nah. We ain't waiting. The lady told me she couldn't even give me a ballpark on how long it would take them to get me together. I was like, oh, okay, no, we not doing that. We not waiting for no $4. That's how much it was. It was a short hop. It was along the way, and it was $4. I'm thinking this would be a quick $4. Run in, grab the shit, head down the street, drop it off, and keep on moving. Nah, I get in here and it's damn near 5 minutes. So I'm looking at the app, right? And the app gives you a time, like a time that you need to have the delivery. It's like a ballpark. So it'd be like ETA to drop off will be like within 3 to 4 minutes after you pick it up. Because it was right down the street. It was on the way. So I'm over here like, well, if I'm waiting and I'm late, do that go against me? So I called my sister up and I said, hey, I said, you do DoorDash. I says, what happened if you had to get to these places and you got to wait? She was like, bro, don't wait. Fuck that shit. That goes against you. I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. She was like, no, if that shit ain't ready, cancel that shit. So I was like, okay, how you cancel it? She goes, just go, you have to do it through the app to cancel it. So I was like, okay, man, tell me why I had to Google to cancel this shit, because like I'm going everywhere. I'm in the settings, I'm in the account, I'm in the app. Nowhere it doesn't. I had to Google the shit. I Google it and it says, well, you got to go to the question mark. I said, okay, I hit the question mark. App services or some shit. And it's not even in there. I'm looking up and down and I'm like, so now I'm hitting places and all I'm like, I finally found it. Let me tell you what this app does, right? This app is on some bullshit, bro. So they don't make it easy for you to cancel the shit, right? They don't make it easy. So you got to hit the question mark. Then you got to hit another session. Then you got to scroll down and hit another session. And then you got to scroll down and it don't say like cancel order or cancel. It says something. It asks you a question. You hit the answer and then it opens up cancel order. Like, why you can't just make it simple? Lockoutmen likes it simple. I like the fact that I could just boop, boop, done. Then it asked me like, well, why are you canceling? Shit, brother man ain't waiting no 5, 10, 15 minutes for no damn $4 order. We good. Next. They just gonna have to break out the frying pan, crack open a couple of eggs, and get a couple of sausage links and make it themselves. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry. My bad. Get another sucker for that one. We not doing that one. We're not doing that one. Those the ones you're supposed to take and cancel for the free food. Nah, we not, man, listen. We ain't doing that. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, man. I mean, at least I even called the person. I called the person before I canceled it. And I said, hey, I'm sorry, this is the DoorDasher. I'm here at McDonald's. They've taken a little bit too long with your food and everything. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cancel. But you already there, yada, yada, yada. I'm not gonna argue with you either. Not gonna do that. My fault. $4? No. No. We're good. So yeah. RGB was good. Everything good, bro. But I'm about to get on up out of here. About to grab my sweater. We're about to go in here to hit these tables. About to see if we can run up this $200. And I'll come back to you guys next week with another live. I don't know if I'm going to leave this one up. I'll probably leave it up for a couple of minutes and then drop it in the member session and all like that. But I just want to get my thoughts on DoorDash. But so far so good, brother man. Clocked $200 today. And he's here at the Jack. See if he can run it up. If not, I can do it all over again next week. So, talk to you guys later. Peace.